I'm just going to do a bit of core spinning tonight. I'm using, let me see if I hold this out so you can see. This is, let me push this away. Up here I have, these are merino mill ends, and they're not perfect. As you can see, some pieces are, some are just blobs. I'll show you how I work with those. Then I have some purple, I believe it's luster, that I dyed. And I have some Wensleydale locks that I've slightly teased apart. And I also have a bunch of green silk yarn that I dyed and then chopped up. And so I'm using, I have it on the medium whirl on this wheel. This is my country spinner too. I have this green Lurex thread that's coming down off of the floor from a cone. I've wrapped it up over here so that it doesn't get tangled in the orifice too much. I just let it do its thing. And, oh, and this is my core. It's just a textured, strong core that I'm using, and it's green, so it's not going to show should I accidentally miss a little bit. The reason why it's important for me to use this Lurex thread is right now is because as I spin and I'm adding those, you'll see when I add those cut up pieces of silk that it would all come off when I go to apply it, and I will be applying this yarn. So here we go, and you can see this is not perfect roving. As I say, these are mill ends, but it's lovely fiber. This particular one happens to have stellina in it. And I'm not really going for consistency at all. I'm just, see, I don't like that. I'm just wrapping my core yarn. Every once in a while, I'll let it make a blob, and that blob will in turn be a coil in the finished yarn. Let me do another one. Oh, that's a really short piece, so it's not going to work that well. Okay, so here we're coming up to some Wensleydale, and I'll just add that. And I add it just fairly loosely. I don't want, I want the curls to show through when I apply this. Oh, there's a little piece of silk that decided, a thread that decided to go for a ride, but that's okay. Then I'll go back to this merino. This is the stuff I had up the other day, and I said that if it didn't sell, I was going to spin it. So I took 6 ounces of it and some of the locks, and that's what I'm doing. You'll see here I'm going to pull a piece and kind of round it a little bit with my finger, and then that'll make a nice coil when I apply. Okay, now I'm going to add some of these cut up silk yarns. And they're just cut up into, I don't know, random lengths really. And as you can see, I just let them go on willy-nilly because I want that texture in the yarn, in the finished yarn. And this fiber is teals, purples, dark greens, so dark blues. And people often think that with millins that they have to further process it, so put it through a drum carter or something, which of course you can do. It's perfect for that. But you can see that I'm having no trouble using it just like this. Now that looks a little messy, but it won't once the thread wraps around it. And my Lurex thread's just doing its thing. It tends to be a little less random in its wrap when I have it off to the back like that, but I just find that it's a little easier for me when I'm working with all this stuff if it's really out of my way. So I'm going to pull a piece here and kind of round it with my finger. Now I'm going to add some of that purple fleece. And I'm not spinning that quickly or treadling that quickly. I'm not trying to build up a super amount of twist in the yarn. I just enjoying the spin. Let me grab another color here. Now this particular piece doesn't have any of the stellina in it. And I haven't really made up my mind yet whether I'll just spiral ply it or whether I will coil it. I'll see what it looks like when it comes off the wheel. And I don't use a lazy Kate, I just wind it off right from the bobbin. I take the break off and just wind it into a ball, toss it on the floor, and go from there. And you see I have there's no tension or there's no over twist in my core. And I haven't spun it in the opposite direction. I haven't worried what way it was originally plied. I just let it go through my fingers. I don't hold it back. And that's how you get, most of the time, the reason why you get the over twist in your core is because you're not letting it go. because you're trying to, you're learning something new and you're tending to hold on. Just like we did when we were first learning to spin. Now, that being said, there are some that that's what they want to do. They just want to twist up, in which case I just break it. Let off the tension, let out the twist, and go right back at it. You're going to cover it up anyway. Nobody's going to see that you broke it. Sorry for leaping around. It's There's really no rhyme, no reason to it. I just make a puff when I want, or add when I feel like it. I think I should add some Wensleydale. These were really nice long locks, but they had some VM embedded in the lock, and I won't sell them like that. I didn't really realize that when I was selling it. And as a kit, and I won't sell locks like that. I mean, it wasn't bad. You can see there's nothing there, but there was some. And there's a piece right there. But there was some pieces that had quite a little bit. Which it all came out when I opened the locks up. And that happens. I mean, they're very long. They've been on the animal for a year in most cases. And, they're in the fields and they're going to get brambles and all kinds of things in those long curls. And then on top of that, there's lanolin, which is going to want to grab all the grass and the hay bits and all kinds of things. So you do sometimes. And then you just work with it in a different way. Some you might buy that is just like embedded in there, that small minutia, the stuff that just won't come out. And I'm sorry, but I throw that out. I won't deal with it. You could comb it out, but that's not why I have and dye long locks. I want to use them and keep the integrity of the curl. I like that. And if I had just been spinning this as a single and not doing a correspond yarn, I wouldn't have been able to incorporate those threads in the same way. I mean, I could have, but it wouldn't give me the same look that I'm going to go for when I apply it. Now the thread that's Lurex thread is going to want to flatten those little poofs a bit. And in some instances, that's a great thing. If you've got a great big poof and you didn't mean to make it that big, well, the Lurex is going to straighten that out a little bit. Anyway, that's what I'm doing tonight. I dyed I felted on the back piece of Teeswater earlier. It's quite pretty. I took a little video of it, but then I realized that I had the video going the wrong way. So I deleted it. I'm going to do another one. I do like doing the felted on the back pieces. It's larger canvas, I guess, is what it is. to work on. Very much like when you dye long locks, you've got so much more surface to work with, and makes dyeing them really, really fun, interesting. And although those little puffs, as I say, look a little messy right now, they won't by the time I apply them. I'm trying to grab another piece. It's fun. I'm not worrying about what color's butting up against the other one, really, because they're all colors I enjoy. And so I think it'll look okay. You never really know. So you take it off. I'm just kind of wrapping that around just for fun, because the piece I'm using is actually a piece of pencil roving, so it's really too small to pull and make a nice sort of a puff. So I'll just make my own puff. Anyway, sorry, I thought you might like to see this. I like to incorporate different things, and in this case, as I say, it was some silk yarn that I actually bought quite a long time ago. Got it at a really good price because they were hideous colors. They were really, really bad. But I knew I could over dye them and make them something that I enjoyed, so that's what I do with them. Cut them up, use them in bats. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching.